Right folks, right, I'm gonna bring you through a bit of a video on product research, but first I'm after moving into another apartment and it's just after the earthquake in Bangkok, so just give you a little tour. This place is, it's not bad, it's quite small, but it's like, the facilities in this place are unreal. I just will sit there all day making money, just listening to music, bit of telly. I tried to get a YouTube on the telly, but look, nothing but, what language is that? I don't even know. And just the couch. Don't really sit there much. As I said, it's not the biggest apartment. I just literally wanted somewhere to go into monk mode. Here's the kitchen, not bad, bit of a mess, just made food earlier on. That is the best cereal in Thailand, boys. Honest to God. The bathroom, nice. That's where I clean myself. That's where I'll take a shit. The view is quite good. You know, it's kind of bad now because there's a shine on it, but it's quite nice. I'll just leave the blinds open, wake up, light coming in the window, natural alarm. Probably won't leave this area much. Like, I'm just gonna be hitting 100K a month sitting right here. Mark my words. So I've been soloing it so far, right? And it's just me and my missus, and she's not even staying here at the moment. But I've gone kind of crazy. Been in monk mode for the last 2 months. I've been building a company, been building a completely passive income through dropshipping and e-com, and yeah, it's been insane. The progress I've made in the last 2 months have been unbelievable. I'm gonna do 1 more month of monk mode, right? Monk mode is basically me locking myself in and not socializing. I haven't been social. I haven't been meeting up with people on Sundays at all. So that's why I'm doing 1 more month, and I want to hit 100K per month this year. So I'm thinking July. I'm aiming for July, and yeah, this is going to be my home. So the goal is I'm going to work on my own until I get things up and running, and then I want to build a team of killers. I want to build a team of complete killers that I can work with day after day and just scale and level up. But anyway, let me show you the rest of the building, and I'll show you the facilities. I don't even think we can get up here since the earthquake because half the place is closed. Straight away, there's just cracks everywhere. There's cracks all over the walls. It's pretty hectic. In the last video that I was gonna work in my room, but I literally just found this place is back open. It was closed because of the earthquake. Oh no, it's closed. Bit of a pool table job, co-working space down there. There's a big conference room. Apparently you're not allowed in it, but I think we're gonna go in it anyway. Look at those city lights. This is why I love cities. But I'm a country lad, but this is actually why I love cities. They're insane. These buildings in Bangkok, honestly, they come with the best views ever. Let's take a walk now. Not supposed to be in this area, might get in trouble, but this is where I'll be working. Once they open it up, do you know what? I'll probably actually work here anyway, regardless. All right, coming through here. Another area. I think there's like a bulge in the floor since the earthquake. I think that's what's wrong. But this is the magic room. This is where the magic happens. Push. I want to slide it for some reason. So me and the boys, we sitting here, having our chats. Whiteboard job. Might get a bigger whiteboard. Bit small. Telly for the tunes, and we will be coming up with ideas. Absolutely beautiful. This is all just a co-working spot, you know, like little bar there, have a cup of coffee. This is where you have a podcast there. So if you need me, you know where I'm going to be for the next month. But anyway, let's get into a bit of product finding. So it's going to be plain and simple, but I'm going to run you through it anyway. Before organic, we literally keep it as simple as possible. And I tell all the guys this: do not overcomplicate it. Do not overthink this, because it is easy. And the only thing that can make it hard is you, because we have to be open about it. We just have to use our heads. We have to think of products that can solve a problem. Products that people will just want the minute they see it because they're fun to use or they're eye-catching, right? So I'm just going to run you through exactly how I find products for organic dropshipping and then potentially bring them onto Shopify. All right, boom, let's get into it. Also, guys, if you want to level up, you need to be reading books, right? You need to be increasing your knowledge. Instead of watching Netflix, this is YouTube because I want to play music, but instead of watching movies, buy a few books, guys. Folks, let's run over actually product finding on AliExpress, okay? So you can use CJ Dropshipping, you can use AliExpress, you can go to suppliers if you like, but for entry level, just stick to AliExpress. It's the easiest, it's readily available to everyone, it's not hard to figure out, and there is no point in just jumping in and going for trying to find a supplier straight away. Get used to using the free platforms, and yeah, it's very straightforward. So what I would do is I would look for products that are problem solving, eye-catching, right? Or just fun to use in general, okay? You need to have a good reason why someone would buy this. But for the free platforms, we actually just list everything. Because let me tell you what. Let me tell you something! You are dealing with free platforms that's not actually really costing you to list anything, okay? It's not costing you money. You don't have to pay for ads. So therefore, we can afford to test everything. It's not like Shopify where if we wanted to test 10 products, it could cost us hundreds, okay? Because we have to run ads. We have to run probably bad ads as well to start out while we're testing. And yeah, it could cost us hundreds and we mightn't get anywhere. But for the organic platforms, we get to test everything. So let me just run down like AliExpress. Before we even start, let's just go to the homepage, right? So the homepage itself, you can go on any of these, Dollar Express, right? Spotlight Trends, Weekly Deals, any of this, okay? Choice. But just for today, let's just go down through the homepage, right? So straight away, this is eye-catching, okay? When you think of it, like, people will buy this type of stuff. Now, it's not the best picture. There's probably better ones that stand out more, okay? But yeah, like, these actually do well, figurines on eBay and stuff. And the thing is, I would test it. I would also test something like this. This is really good product, right? I've seen lots of people do very well at Christmas with these, right? But if they solve a problem, you know, for Etsy, this will be a good product. You know, Etsy, it's quite cheap. We can mark it up to maybe $49 or whatever, because with Etsy for furniture products, people will spend that bit extra if they think they're getting quality, okay? Soundproof paneling, this actually does well. Like, this is something you could test on Facebook Marketplace for sure. This is a problem solver. So these are like acupressure for foot insoles. And what they do is people standing up all day, there's like magnetized acupressure. So they're supposed to help people who stand all day. So I'll be targeting like security guards, yeah? Or just shop workers, people who are on their feet all the time. Okay, so they don't have to go and buy a fancy pair of runners. They can just buy the insoles. So these are something you could advertise too, right? Wallets, yeah, like this solves a problem. You can target neck pain, any of this, shoulder, back pain, nervous system pain. Bruh. And nervous system pain, is that even a thing? Anyway, influencer stuff. You know, this is things that people buy on eBay. You know, eBay is a very common platform. There's people, as I said, been using eBay for like 15 years now, you know, so like people use eBay every day. So the older generation would still use eBay a lot, and they don't know where is better to go for the likes of this, okay? So they're just going to go online, hop on eBay, and they're going to buy this type of thing. Goggles, I've actually sold a lot of these on eBay. Motocross goggles, I did motocross myself. But all of this stuff, there's very actually few things here that I wouldn't list. And yeah, even this stuff, you know, weighted jackets, they don't come with the weights, but like weighted jackets for people who are running and they want to put 15 kg or so in it, like athletes. But for product finding, it's best off to keep it simple. Organically, it's so much more sense to test everything while you have the chance, because The thing is, you can jump on trends. This electric nail clipper, I've seen so many people were testing it, okay? So many people were going through this. But the only thing is, like, you're just trying to jump on a trend. You're just trying to jump on a product that there's 100 other stores selling on Shopify. It's popping up on their newsfeed all the time. But we can afford to test other products, okay? And you don't even have to worry about the copyright too much on eBay and platforms like that, Facebook. You can kind of list whatever you want. Marvel stuff, you know, even, I'll be honest, I listed this on eBay. Okay, I listed this on eBay and it done, or Etsy, sorry, I listed it on Etsy and it done so well for me. Like, so well, I couldn't believe it. And it was just something that I said, oh, I'm going to throw it up because I don't know what else to throw up. And that is what I sold. Like, I've sold a couple of hundred units of it. It's unbelievable. I would list a lot of this. Look, foot massager, kind of calf massager, leg massager. You know, this is for strengthening these things at the side of your legs. But unreal stuff, you know. And the thing is, just test everything. So you have to define as well what's an eBay product, what's an Etsy product, and what's a Facebook Marketplace product, right? Okay, so think about it. eBay's kind of your figurine. Like, I think it's a very male platform, if I'm honest. Like, just going from the analytics the sales I got, I think eBay is a very male platform. So you're thinking like phone cases, you're thinking of all like figurines, just action figures, like characters, remote control stuff, influencer stuff, all that type of thing, right? Etsy, you're thinking more handmade, furniture, jewelry, right? Clothes that are knitted, all that type of stuff. Like these type of signs and everything, they're unbelievable. You know, like people like this stuff all the time for their sheds, their man caves, everything. Facebook Marketplace is a gem because there's probably not one thing on this page that I wouldn't list on Facebook Marketplace. Like, that's the power of it. You can afford to list 5 items a day, see what's working, and the thing is, whatever works, you can channel and funnel it into your Shopify. So you can test these products that work on these platforms, bring them into Shopify. You've already done the product research because you've sold 5-6 units on eBay or Marketplace alone. So it's very powerful, very powerful. What I would do is I would divide up the type of products. Okay, I'd go down through the list, right? This is an Etsy product, I think. This is an Etsy product. I would list these on eBay and Marketplace. I actually did very well on these last year. I would list this on Marketplace. Okay, I would list these on eBay. And I'd go down and I'd list what I would put on each. And then put them up, test them out on this platform, and then we can put them onto Shopify later. Whichever ones do well, we can put them into Shopify. That is the best thing about this. It's not trying to research products that people are absolutely rinsing already. Do you know, they're making like 2 stores a day trying to sell products. They're copying each other's ads. We're actually going to test a lot of the items on AliExpress through our free platforms. And hopefully we can get one that hasn't been absolutely blitzed on Shopify, okay? That's the best thing about it. So what I would do is whatever winners I have from these platforms, if it's just one eBay, then I would make a few ads for it and I would put it on Shopify, okay? I'd make a product page, put it on Shopify and see how it ran. I did this at Christmas for a product and it was my winning product at Christmas, okay? It, like, before Christmas, I knew it was a winner. It made me my first 10k profit month, and that was it for me. That's all I needed to know. So I got the ads, made them off viral ecom ads, and away I went. So the link in below for viral ecom ads, and those guys will sort you out some top of the range ads. Just keep it simple, list everything, find your niche. You need to find your niche because something that works for me might not work for you. And you could find a whole new niche. I've kind of been teaching some guys and they've came in and they found a completely new niche that I completely missed. Yeah, and it's not something that other people are doing every day on Shopify. So it's very important that you try find your own thing because if you can do that, it might be untouched market. Okay, and it's very hard to find untouched market. So I genuinely think this is the best way to do product research. And it may take longer, but not really because you can list 5 to 10 listings a day if you want on these free platforms, and that's where you're going to test them. You don't have to go through testing 300 products on Shopify and losing thousands of dollars, and it's a vicious cycle and you might never find the right product. Okay, at least do it for free and then you've already done the research, okay? I've sold 70 of these on eBay. Sure as hell I'm going to list them on Shopify. It's simple as that, okay? But the best thing about it, right? The best thing is I can test products on Facebook Marketplace, okay? Instead of listing 10 products on Shopify and paying hundreds to advertise them properly, because be realistic, guys, you need to be advertising things properly on Shopify, okay? You need to be spending a couple of $100 in order to get some decent data. But I can actually test how these products are doing here, okay? So you look, you see, right, they're not doing too well, one click, you get messages. It's actually the perfect business model. So while I get sales on Etsy, eBay, and Marketplace for these products, right, then I can actually go ahead, compile my winning products from these 3 platforms and put them on Shopify, right? When I do this, I know already, I've done the product research, I've done the hard work for free, okay? I know that these products are slightly win, so I can test them with a little bit of budget, and if they actually do well on Shopify, then I go all in on the product, okay? Because for me, I had a niche at Christmas time that I was selling on Facebook Marketplace, and I ended up selling so many. I was selling like 10 to 15 units per week, which is quite a lot for Facebook Marketplace. And I had to text all these people back and I was selling it. So what I did is I then ran it on Shopify. When I ran it on Shopify, I ran it at a very low budget with a few normal image ads. And I just started getting sale after sale. I was like, okay, this is winning one. So what I did then is I went straight to viral e-com ads and got an ad made. And then I got another revision and another revision, and I ran the ads, and that was my Christmas product. That was the big product for me for Christmas, and that allowed me to hit 5 figures. Okay, so I hit 5-figure profit, and that was it. That was perfect for me, do you know? And I did it at a very low cost for testing. And you can run 10 products a day. You can list 10 products a day testing on Marketplace or eBay or Etsy, okay? And the best thing is, there's no limit, you're not going to hit any roadblocks. You can test hundreds of products without having to spend thousands on Shopify. So you need to develop this into your testing strategy, okay? And you can make a shit ton of money while doing it, okay? So for a product I had on Etsy, I listed it in November to test, and I'm still selling it daily today. Okay, and it was a product that I did not think was going to do well. I genuinely put it up because I couldn't think of anything else to put it up, and I said, I'm going to put this up for the crack. And what happened? I got sales every single day, and I still get sales to this day, consistently. So it's slept on, and this is just such a good way to actually test your products. Right, folks, so that is literally what I do, and I know it seems plain and simple, and yeah, I just wanted to give you a tour of the apartment too. Well, the apartment block, but that is literally what I do, right? And it has worked for me over and over again for products. I've found the winning one through using organic platforms. I put them on Shopify. Some work, some don't, but at least I don't have to spend thousands and thousands testing products that are oversaturated, that people have been like absolutely rinsing, and that are never going to work anyway. Make sure you like, comment, and please subscribe. The quality of the videos will get much better as time goes on.